New Fit Fam, this is Stefan, and today I'll be talking about the type of coach you want to work with. Now, for today's video, I've made a video, this was a long time ago in the past, a couple months ago, about the 5 things you want to look for in a good coach. But in this video, I'll be diving a little bit deeper, as really these should be some of the things that should be prerequisites for any coach that you're looking to hire. Now, I just made a video talking about why you need that external feedback in order to increase your awareness of the things you do not see, kind of your blind spots. And having a great coach will aid you and be very beneficial for you in really helping you to make even further progress down your fitness journey, or in really mastering your niche or specific discipline. Now, there are many different types of coaches, and every single type of coach has a specific thing that they specialize in. Some coaches are more analytical, some coaches are more motivational, some coaches are more strategic. And so really, the type of coach you end up working with will be up to your personal preference, but these prerequisites will help you to discern between bad coaches that aren't going to help you progress and tremendously great coaches that will exponentially increase your growth at a faster rate. Now, the first is empathy. This is the first sign you want to look for in a great coach. In order for a coach to set up the best game plan for you, in order for a coach to implement the right training prerequisites and the training variables for you, the coach has to know you on a very deep level. And this means the coach has to be connected with you. The coach has to be able to feel what you feel. The coach has to be able to really get into what is it like to be you, so that the coach can then understand what it is you exactly need. And the coach cannot do that if the coach does not have empathy. So if you're looking for a coach, look for a coach that has empathy. Look for a coach that's able to feel and really be able to connect with you. If a coach cannot do that, a coach will not be able to give you what you need if you're preparing for a competition or if you're looking to maximize your fitness. The next thing is you need a coach that is invested. If a coach just sees you as dollar signs in his bank account, if a coach just sees you as a check, if a coach just sees you as another client in his client sheet, then he's not going to give you as much as you need. So you want a coach that's invested, like fully invested in your growth. You want a coach that almost sees as if they're programming and working with themselves. If you have a coach that isn't invested, then you will not get everything you need. So this might look like, let's say you're working to progress your deadlift form. Well, the coach isn't giving you a lot of feedback. The coach isn't helping you with your form. Your coach isn't really contacting you. You want a coach that's constantly seeking to help you out, to fill your cup, to give you more and more knowledge. If you have a coach who's isn't invested in your growth, then that's a sign that isn't a very good coach. The next thing you want to look for when determining if a coach is good is consistency. So you want a coach who's consistently showing empathy and who's consistently invested in your growth. If you have a coach and they aren't consistent, they'll sometimes be invested and give you a little feedback. They'll sometimes show empathy. They're a little disconnected. They don't really seem to care too much. You reach out to them. You're kind of like, maybe you're not their star client. Maybe they kind of just see you as something to just add to the bills. Well, that's not a coach. You want a coach who's consistent, who shows up, and it's the same way each and every day. If a coach you're working with is kind of lukewarm one day and kind of hot the next day and then cold the next day, that's a sign that that's not a very good coach. Because when it comes to your programming, then that means at one point he'll give you very good programming, and then you'll see tremendous growth. And there'll be other times when they're a little off and you're not really getting that high level programming that you need. So really, you want to determine how consistent is this coach. When you go through and you're beginning to look at his past clients, what's the consistent theme? What's the consistent approach? Is he showing up the same way each and every time? And so this kind of segues into the fourth thing you want to look for in a coach is you want to look for a coach that's teaching. And this kind of goes back into the second, investment. But you want a coach who's constantly teaching you, because for a very good and a very high level fitness professional, they're constantly learning. They're constantly seeking to fill their cup by investing in more and more education and trying to gather more and more knowledge. And this knowledge that the fitness professional is gathering should be implemented and given to the clients. If it is not, then that means that the coach is keeping you stagnated at a specific level so that you continue to come back to them. So, and I tell my clients this all the time. At a certain point, you should need me. At a certain point, you should be fully prepared to go off on your own. You shouldn't need a personal trainer. If you're working with the same trainer for years and years and years and years, and you're not doing so for really the accountability and the connectivity and more so that the theme and really helping you out, if you're with a trainer and you've been with them because you're trying to grow and trying to learn as much as you can so that you can be self-sufficient on your own, and you're working with that trainer for months and months and months and years and years and years, then that means that trainer isn't teaching you anything. So really, and I've made videos on, learning how your body function operates. If there's certain things you do not know within a certain amount of time, then all that trainer is doing is just taking you through a bunch of workouts. And with the new technologies that are coming out, AI can just do the same thing. So it's really for a good coach, they have to teach you constantly. And this comes into the last segue, accountability. You want a coach who's accountable, who shows up on time, who does what he says he's going to do, or does what they say they're going to do. And so you want a coach who gives you a bunch of promises and never fulfills them. You don't want a coach who says, "Oh, I'm going to give you this nutrition thing," and then you keep asking for a nutrition thing and they never give it to you. You want a coach who comes in and you ask them, "Hey, let's do barbell training," they never take you through a barbell movement. You don't have a coach who you're working with them and they take you through these exercises and they're never helping you get towards your goal or what you're trying to work towards. So you want a coach who's accountable, who's actually helping you down the pathway towards success. You guys stay blessed. These are all the 5 things you want to look for in a great coach. You guys have a great rest of your day.